Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. As Anglia Ruskin's Academic Registrar, it is both my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to Chelmsford Cathedral for this morning's Anglia Ruskin graduation ceremony. We've all gathered here today to celebrate the success of the class of 2019. In particular, I am delighted to welcome the Worshipful the Mayor of Chelmsford, Councillor Bob Macy, and the Deputy Mayor of Chelmsford, Councillor Jeanette Potter. Thank you for joining us for our celebrations. You are most welcome. The origins of graduation ceremonies date back to the 15th century, and it is a tradition that has evolved since. Roughly translated, graduation means taking a step. And graduation symbolises the move of the former student, now called a graduand, into a new role in society as a graduate, where they will use the skills and talents developed during their studies to contribute to the future advancement of society. Each graduand will cross the stage and shake hands with the Vice-Chancellor to symbolise their transition to this new role. We will applaud them for their success so far, but also in anticipation of the contribution we expect them to make to society in the future. At the conclusion of our ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor will formally admit all new graduates to the community of scholars, and as new members of that community, as the academic procession leaves the stage, the new graduates will join the procession, and that will bring our ceremony to a close. During proceedings, those graduating with higher research awards will have their hoods placed upon them by the Vice-Chancellor to indicate that they have attained the very highest levels of academic achievement. So, with all the introductions over, we can now begin our formal proceedings. I hereby declare the ceremony to be in session, and I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Roderick Watkins, to address you all. Vice-Chancellor.
Mr. Mayor, distinguished guests, graduands, family and friends, colleagues, as Vice-Chancellor of Anglia Ruskin University, it's my very great pleasure to join you today at your graduation ceremony. And firstly, to all those graduating today, my warm congratulations on reaching this milestone and graduating from your chosen course. Today is a day of great celebration. It's an opportunity for each of you to take stock, to reflect and celebrate your achievements to date, but also to look forward to exciting careers that stretch out in front of you. And whatever career you enter, you are the future. You now have the opportunity and the responsibility to embrace and promote change, to implement new ideas and new ways of working. The passion, energy, and commitment that led you to undertake your ARU degree and gave you the strength and resilience to succeed in that task can now be applied to building your careers and realizing your aspirations. And whether your future lies in education, health, social care, law, business, science, technology, the arts, with your passion and your expertise, you really can now make a difference, helping society address the challenges that we all face. And we will have succeeded in our task if we have given you the confidence, the skills, and the determination to influence and lead your professions, to promote change, and to achieve your ambitions. As well as serving our students, we at ARU are fully committed to serving our region and the communities in which we are based. Economic development, social inclusion, business support, tackling health inequalities. These are all fundamentally important aspects of our mission, transforming lives through innovative, inclusive, and entrepreneurial education and research. And our reach extends well beyond the eastern region in which we are based. We are a genuinely global community of students and staff. We attract students from over 170 countries, and they flourish with us because here they find a second home. And our researchers too have worldwide reach and impact. Our Vision and Eye Research Institute, for example, is leading life-changing research into the avoidance and management of diabetic retinopathy across South Asia. And colleagues in our Medical Technology Research Centre have recently won funding to develop accurate and affordable wearable technology to monitor the respiratory rates of newborn infants in refugee camps. So in our research, as in our education, we are having real, tangible impact on people's lives, and that's something of which we can all be proud. The last academic year has been very successful for ARU. We opened our new School of Medicine right here in Chelmsford. We opened law clinics in Cambridge and Chelmsford. We became the UK's second largest provider of degree apprenticeships. We were named one of the top 150 universities in the world for health education. And we were chosen to host the 2020 British Science Festival right here in Chelmsford. Our researchers have won grants from world-class funders, including the European Research Council, Leverhulme Trust, Alzheimer's Society, and the Medical Research Council, and awards including a Churchill Fellowship, an OBE, and a BAFTA nomination. And our students too have won numerous awards, including the Victoria and Albert Illustration Award, the Royal Television Society Award, and the Chartered Management Institute's Apprentice of the Year. But above all, we define our success as a university by the positive impact we have on the lives of our students and the communities we serve. And for us to succeed, we will need your support as our newest alumni. Because the support we receive from our alumni and our friends really makes a difference, adding value to the education we provide to our students and helping our researchers to push boundaries. So please help us build links with your networks and your professions, and please spread the good word about your university. Before I close, I would like to pay special tribute to your families and friends who have provided you with their constant support and encouragement throughout your education. You and we owe them our sincere gratitude, so thank you. I would also like to acknowledge and thank my colleagues, the staff right across ARU, for their tireless commitment and professionalism and their profound contribution to every aspect of your courses. But above all, once again, my warm congratulations to you all. I do hope you enjoy your day. I wish you well wherever your ARU degree takes you, and please do stay in touch. ARU is your university for life, and our success and your success are inextricably linked. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, thank you. So now we come to our main business for this morning's ceremony, the presentation of those receiving awards. And I call upon Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Gary Packham, to come to the podium to present to the Vice-Chancellor graduates from the Faculty of Business and Law. Professor Packham.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to you graduands from the Faculty of Business and Law. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Accounting and Finance, Philip Owosu. Anthony Zavaros. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Accounting and Finance, Mulat Abdallah. Yosef Mohammed Yosef Al-Sarafi. Mudlak T.M.E. Al-Dahani. Nisha Anil Keaton. Melissa Bokwala. Also receiving the Richard Lucken Prize, Victoria Garner Clark. Antonio Milinov Dimitrov. Lawrence Eastal. Feoseo Janet Fawali. Moninit Olawatotin Jiwa. Varun Hariharan. Alom Hussain. Adam Adrian Jeffries. Miriam Khan. Mohammed Sulkarnain Khan. Xin Ying Lau. Benjamin Lambert Hope. Huijan Lee. Mohamed Mafour Mohammed. Yan Ni. Supisara Fanu Supom. Faris Jamil Saeed Khalifa Salam. Aaron Singh. Lily Standen. Nihira Swana Prahab. Lisa Rumbizai Takaoni. Charlotte Tompkins. Wei Chu Yo. For the award of Bachelor of Arts Business, Arab Agazadi. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Business, Helen Miller. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Business Human Resource Management, Melanie Gale Moore. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Banking and Finance, Mabel Brown. Ethan Livermore. And also receiving the Eden Ravenscroft Prize, Anthony Paul McRae Plandowski. Sam Anthony Parker. Gary Teslia. For the award of Bachelor of Science, Business Management and Finance, Sean Farrup. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business Management and Finance, Claire Banfield. Louise Leisha Barrett. Philippe Bassi. Sam Handley. Himi Ibrahim. Maria Esther Jimenez Gonzalez. Haris Mahmood. Hosar Hassan Mahmood. Takunda Patrick Narutanga. Charles Peter Hay. Charles Robinson. Louis Rose. Farhad Shah, Luke Solly. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Finance and Economics, Marcus Avery. David Karmowski. Felix Rosalie Schaffhausen. Harriet Rowland. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Business Marketing, Marie Joyce Sandrine Simender. Vice-Chancellor, that partially completes the list of graduands for me to present to you today.
Professor Packham, thank you, and thank you in particular for that lively cheering and dancing from over there in the cathedral. That was very good, thank you. Each year, Anglia Ruskin University confers a number of honorary awards on individuals outstanding in their field of endeavour and who we hope will act as a source of inspiration to those crossing the platform today. Their stunning achievement should motivate us all by making us realise that our own success to date is merely a starting point. And they pose the question, should we too not aspire to success such as theirs? I now call upon Nick Ulston, Chair of the ARU Policing Institute for the Eastern Region, to come to the podium to read the citation for the award of Doctor of Laws honoris causa to Stephen Kavanagh, QPM.
Vice-Chancellor, it's my pleasure to read the citation for Stephen Kavanagh for the award of Honorary Doctor of Laws. Stephen Kavanagh is the former Chief Constable of Essex Police, having retired from duty in September 2018. A local boy through and through, Stephen grew up in Chelmsford, attending the Boswell School and studying at Chelmsford College. At the age of 18, faced with the choice of attending university or beginning a career, as the son of a serving police officer, who I would add we're delighted is here today, for Stephen there was really only one route to take, and in 1985, Stephen joined the ranks of the Metropolitan Police. After passing out, PC Kavanagh took to his new role with diligence and enthusiasm, seizing every opportunity to gain exposure to a broad range of policing disciplines, both as a uniformed officer and as a plainclothes detective. Stephen's hard work and natural abilities set him on a fast track to promotion, and he rose rapidly through the ranks. Yet in a service increasingly staffed by university graduates, Stephen was keen to augment his practical experience with academic study, and he embarked on a postgraduate course in criminology at Cambridge University, gaining his MPhil in 2002. Later that year, Stephen attained Chief Officer status, subsequently accepting a variety of challenging roles in areas as diverse as territorial policing and counter-terrorism, where he would lead a number of highly sensitive and successful investigations. By 2013, Stephen was one of the Metropolitan Police's most senior and most capable officers. Yet it was time for a fresh challenge, and in May that year, it was my pleasure as Police and Crime Commissioner for Essex to appoint Stephen as our Chief Constable of Essex Police. This was an interesting time to take the helm at Essex Police. The service faced significant budget constraints and heightened scrutiny over its performance. And for the first time, the Chief Constable would become accountable to a Police and Crime Commissioner. Over the next 5 years, Stephen led the force with distinction, building a confident and forward-looking service. He quickly established strong relationships between Essex Police and a great many Essex stakeholders, including the region's universities, local businesses, the military, voluntary and community organisations, local authorities, and indeed this cathedral where we meet today. Stephen provided firm leadership to the alliance between the region's 7 police forces, and as the national police lead for digital investigation and intelligence, he's been a dynamic and innovative leader, also serving on the National Police Chiefs Council. The vision and openness that Stephen brought to the policing of Essex, the values he promoted, the determination and innovation that he brought to national policing, his drive for community engagement at all levels, and in particular his support for the establishment of the Policing Institute for the Eastern Region at ARU. All these efforts and achievements were formally recognised in the 2018 Queen's Birthday Honours List, in which he was awarded the Queen's Policing Medal for Distinguished Service. And they fully merit recognition by our university in the award of an honorary degree. As an inspirational leader, Stephen will be an outstanding role model for our researchers and students of law and policing, and I would add many others. We're delighted to welcome Stephen to our ARU community. Vice-Chancellor, it's my pleasure to present Stephen Kavanagh for the award of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
As Vice-Chancellor of Anglia-Ruskin University, I hereby confer on you, Stephen Kavanagh, the award of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Many congratulations.
Golly, that wasn't... takes my breath away. Thank you so much indeed. Vice-Chancellor, Mr. Mayor, Nick, guests, graduands. Firstly, may I say a massive and humbling thank you, not just to Anglia-Ruskin University for honouring me in this remarkable way, but also an important thank you to these remarkable young people on my right for allowing me to be a small part of their very, very special day. I'm sure that you will all be relieved that I do not intend to delay the celebrations for too long for these remarkable achievements. As Nick said, I was brought up a few miles away from here, and growing up I certainly had no intentions of joining the police. I was preparing to go to university, and for reasons I don't need to go into now, I suddenly ended up, as Nick described, as a rather young, rather skinny and rather nervous young man walking into the Metropolitan Police Training College. But what did happen, I had 33 years of remarkable public service. And to my surprise, and to surprise of a few others, that skinny, nervous chap ended up as the Chief Constable of the remarkable men and women of Essex Police. So I have to admit, one of my themes for today is that during those 33 years of chaos and sometimes sadness, I let you into a secret. I probably laughed on occasions more than I should have. I probably also took some risks more than I should have. I took the path less trodden than conventional policing on occasions. But what I also tried to do was keep my feet on the ground as I went through the ranks. And I tried to do my best to remember that you can achieve so little alone. The importance of those who are around you, the people who support you, not just the anchors in my life, my father here today and his partner, but my wife, my son, and others. But I would remember the junior colleagues, the cleaning staff, those peers who were competing against me. Would one day I would need them and they would need me. I would take time to coach. I would take time to support and encourage. Even in those times when your character is challenged, when things have failed, things have gone wrong, and you need to show the strength and depth of what you actually stand for. So, ladies and gentlemen, graduands, my message is in an age of what I would call there is a risk of superficiality. We see leaders across the world more interested in sound bites than substance. We see a momentary acknowledge on social media taking too much importance in people's lives. So my thoughts for you as you stand on this exciting precipice can be encapsulated in quotes from two remarkable people. The first one is a chap called Benjamin Zander, who was the conductor of the Boston Philharmonic Orchestra. And he said, "Something happened to me at 45 that had a shattering effect on my life. I suddenly realized that the conductor makes no sound. They depend for their power on their ability to make other people powerful. When I realised this, it had an overwhelming effect on me. I realised my job was to awaken the possibility in others. So, graduates, as you go into the next stage of your lives, remember that you do not travel alone. Don't just focus on your own journey and your own ambitions and success, but remember as you go on that journey to awaken the possibilities in those around you, and that includes you. The world you step into is an exciting one. Change, technology, there's changing cultures, data are driving remarkable changes across the world for all of us. And guess what? It is okay on occasions to feel daunted. I promise you that I have. So in the conclusions of another remarkable individual, Professor Stephen Hawking, let us fight for every woman and every man to have the opportunity to live healthy, secure lives full of opportunity and love. We are all time travelers journeying together into the future. Let us work together to make that future a place we all want to visit. Graduates, be brave, be curious, be determined, and overcome the odds. It can be done. The future is yours. Do your best to laugh a little bit too much and go grab the future.
Dr. Kavanagh, thank you and congratulations. We now continue with our main business, the presentation of those receiving awards. And once again, I call upon Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Gary Packham, to come to the podium to continue to present to the Vice-Chancellor graduates from the Faculty of Business and Law. Professor Packham.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to continue the presentation of graduands from the Faculty of Business and Law. For the award of Master of Science, Accounting and Finance, Priyanka Bala. Fabio Daniel Luerio Corrado. Tuan Trin Ando. Mohammed Sufan Khalil Kirfan. Melody Yawawa Oshni Magungu Masanzala. Hassan Dawaidi Nafer. James McEwen Nkrumah. Asida Paraj. Nikita Razuvev. Lindaning Sagia. Yawen Zhu. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, General Business, Kane Newman. For the award of Master of Business Administration, Project Management, Paul Raymond. For the award of Bachelor of Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Christian Alvaro Chapman Lopez. For the award of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours, Mechanical Engineering, Shi Shangchang Bunveng. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Business Management, Ru Sang Gong. Yiting Gao. Mohammed Humayan Kabir. Hashini Rajapaksi. Ahmed Shahir. Samal Yilmaz. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Marketing, Bushara Shala Ali Masay. Don Binara Rajapakse. For the award of Masters of Arts, Marketing and Innovation, Mohammed Azimuddin Sarkar. For the award of Master of Business Administration, Hafar Al-Saud. Abdul Qadir Sharif Ali. Anton Amila Batipoa. Ceci Pang. Nilupuli Natishani Ranawira. Karen Stewart. Zihan Zhao. Vice-Chancellor, that partially completes the list of graduands for me to present to you today.
Professor Packham, thank you. Each year, ARU makes a small number of Student Leader Awards, which recognise, celebrate and reward exceptional contributions to ARU and the wider community through extracurricular activity, and recipients of these awards have exhibited exemplary leadership skills and demonstrate that their work has benefited their fellow students and the wider community. Of the over 7,000 Anglia Ruskin graduates invited to our 2019 graduation ceremonies, only 6 have been selected for one of these esteemed awards. I now call upon Abdul Qadir Al-Jandali to read the citation for the Student Leader Award for today's recipient, Charlie Peters-Hay.
Anglia Ruskin University has established a process of awarding up to 6 annual Vice-Chancellor Student Leader Awards. These awards aim to recognize, celebrate, and reward exceptional contributions to Anglia Ruskin and to the wider community through extracurricular activities. Recipients need to have shown exemplary leadership skills and to be able to demonstrate that their work has benefited their fellow students, the wider community, and their future employment. Charlie Peters-Hay, graduate of the BSc Honours Business Management and Finance, is one of the Vice-Chancellor student leaders for 2019. Charlie is the founder and president of the Anglia Ruskin Investment Group. The group successfully managed an equity portfolio yielding an annual return of 8%. Charlie and his team held successful events throughout the year, attracting industry professionals from corporate companies. Charlie was also the president of the ARU Enterprise Society. He and his team helped advise 6 student-led startups, one of which became the winner of the Big Pitch in 2017. He was instrumental in creating partnerships with local companies to help build long-term wealth through fundamental investing and employability skills for the students. In 2017, Charlie helped launch Team Anglia Racing, TAR, a mechanical engineering team devised to compete in the International Formula Student Competition. He was the head of finance and investors' relations, forging collaborations to ensure the success of building and competing the go-kart. Charlie won the Student Engagement Award in 2018 for his outstanding contribution to his faculty and extracurricular engagement. He has helped on open days, acted as a buddy mentoring new students, and assisted in the international office with the Danish Alumni Network. Charlie enjoys public speaking and was invited to join the international office to a partner visit to Denmark, where he gave speeches to several hundred students. With all of these extracurricular activities, Charlie has gained excellent experience in leadership skills, budgeting, public speaking, teamwork, and communication, as well as helping his fellow students. Charlie, we're so proud of you. Well done for being recognized as one of the Vice Chancellor's student leaders for 2019, and all the best going forward.
Charlie, many congratulations. We now continue with our main business, the presentation of awards, and I once again call upon Pro-Vice Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Gary Packham, to come to the podium to complete the presentation of graduates to the Vice Chancellor from the Faculty of Business and Law. Professor Packham.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to continue the presentation of graduands from the Faculty of Business and Law. For the award of Bachelor of Laws with Honours, Priscilla Agiwewa Olfosuheni. Shona Alex. Isabel Francesca Bainbridge. Also receiving the Fowler LLP Prize, Brooke Bakir. Natasha Bird. Aaron Burkett. Also receiving the Oxford University Press Prize and the Hill and Abbott Solicitors Child Law Prize, Gracie Burton. Patricia Shakinu. Gail Ann Cottage. Sarah Jane Fassenfeld. Luke Gardner. Holly Elizabeth Dawn Gibbs. Montia Jijegji. Elizabeth Hall. Danielle Lily Hargrave. Lucy Harrington. Fahima Hassan. Also receiving the Fisher Jones Greenwood Prize, Craig Lee Emerson. Hannah Jane Jarvis. Egberta Zimma Lillian Joseph. Ayobami Emmanuel Olatola. Laura Parmenta. Leonarda Sahina. Zaliha Sari. Liviu Vladimir Silia. Chloe Stockdale Ward. Paige Thomas. Lindsay May Tyndall. Emma Rose Warwick. Savim Rebecca Wigsell. Kirsty Wright. For the award of Master of Law, Medical Law and Ethics, Deborah Bodhania. Thomas Alphonse Good. Alison Perry. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Accounting and Finance, Youngji Han. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Accounting and Finance, Shengganan Gao. For the award of Master of Science, Accounting and Finance, Luis Santos Barbosa. Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present those who have been awarded higher research degrees. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, with a thesis entitled A Critical Analysis of Continued Relevance of Secularism to Contemporary Islamic States' Attitudes to International Human Rights Law, Ali Akubaisi. Vice-Chancellor, that completes the list of graduands for me to present to you today.
Professor Packham, thank you. Many congratulations to all our graduates. Very well done indeed. Now, there will have been some graduands with whom you studied who, for one reason or another, have been unable to attend today's ceremony, but we should still acknowledge their success. So will you please join me in congratulating them on their achievements? We are now nearing the end of our ceremony, but first I should like to ask one of our wonderful new graduates and Student Leader Award recipient, Charlie Peters-Hay, to come to the stage and propose a vote of thanks on behalf of all of those receiving awards today. Charlie.
Thank you very much. Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow graduates. It's my pleasure to offer the vote of thanks today from myself and on behalf of all the students graduating at the ceremony. First, I believe that we must extend our gratitudes to the Cathedral authorities for allowing us to use such a marvellous venue here today. Secondly, the IARU staff have done an amazing job of arranging this fantastic day, not least for making our time at the university special. They have worked tirelessly to facilitate our success. Thirdly, we must thank the faculty for providing us with invaluable teachings, all the while taking the time to build relationships with us that for some will last a lifetime. Your continued enthusiasm has driven a sense of inclusion and intellectual stimulus, evidently lifting the quality of our university experience. Today's ceremony represents the ending of a chapter and thus the beginning of a new. The chapter that we now leave behind has been filled with long-lasting friendships, countless hours spent at the library, nail-biting deadlines, and of course, just the right amount of fun. Because university is indeed a balancing act between living and learning. Some living a bit more than learning, but nonetheless today is a clear indication of and a testimony to our ability to lead balanced lives and thus grow as human beings. However, just as we believed and thought that we had mastered this balancing act, a new chapter begins, and this chapter has no predetermined rules. Some of us will choose to step into the competitive and overqualified job market. Some might choose to spend a few more years within the safe confines of academia, and some might travel and choose to explore the world and meet new people. Initially, the freedom of choice will seem scary, and rightly so, because although the possibilities are endless, so are the risks. However, you might recall from some of our first lessons together, higher risks equals higher return. So be brave and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Remember that the great aim of education is not just knowledge, but action. Put your newfound skills to practice and aim high. In the seemingly unsettling and confusing world that we live in now, it's very easy to become worried about career, relationships, and existence itself. So being a Dane sort of makes me a specialist on the matter of existentialism. So trust a Dane when he says, gift dig, og du vil fortryde det. Gift dig ikke, og du vil også fortryde det, which was said by the famous Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard. It beautifully translates to, if you get married, you'll regret it. If you don't marry, you'll also regret it. So live life nonetheless, and don't worry too much about what other people should think of you. There's one more quote I'd like to say, and it's from another great thinker, the professor of psychology from the University of Toronto, Jordan Peterson, who famously said, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. We are privileged to have helped shape the culture at AIU during our time here, and in return, we have been rewarded with memories, wisdom, and a second home. I know that most of you will forget or not remember what I say here today, and if there's one thing that I'd like you to take away, it's this. Wherever your exciting next steps may take you, you'll remember that the university doors will always be open for us. And let that stand as a benchmark along your journey. And lastly, I'd like to thank the families and friends sat here today, because for your support has facilitated our continued learning and development. This is as much your accomplishment as it is ours. And for that, we thank you and we love you. Thank you.
Charlie, thank you, and very well done. I now call for one final time on the Vice-Chancellor to address the new graduates. Vice-Chancellor.
And now, please, will all those who have been presented to me here on this stage today, will you please stand? As Vice-Chancellor of Anglia-Ruskin University, I hereby admit you to the degrees, diplomas and awards for which you have been presented to me today. As a member now of the community of scholars, take all that you have learned into society and uphold the values of freedom of thought and scholarship. Our warmest congratulations to you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the ceremony, and I hereby declare proceedings closed. Can I now ask everybody to stand for the academic procession?